science of sociology,
Mm.
the way groups function and move and operate.
Okay.
The current sociological platform we operate from is discussed by a guy named Gustave Le Bon in a book called The Crowd. When you understand that if you can control the antagonist or the protagonist, you can control the crowd.
Mm. Wow.
So if you don't want the people to move in a certain direction, you give you get a sellout the money, right? But if you don't want the rebels to take over, you finance the rebels.
Okay.
Because when you get money and you comfortable in your lifestyle, you ain't fighting no more.
No.
Your fight gone. Your fight gone.
Mm-hmm.
You live in a $60 million house, driving in a Rolls Royce, flying in a private jet. You ain't got no fight left.
Mm-hmm.
You just living your life now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't let them make a preacher's fool.
Mm-hmm.
They've been the biggest liars to the people the whole time. In the name of Jesus.
Right.
And the biggest lie they told us, they never revealed to us that Jesus was Isis, queen of heaven and earth.
You know, I was talking to my daughter, I want to say several months ago, and I said, I was saying Jesus and I slipped up and said Isis. And I said, oh my God, that was a Freudian slip. I said, all this time, Jesus is Isis and that's female. You know what and I knew it came from spirit, because that's not something I would have thought of.
The story is called, the story is very popular in knowledge circles, but it's called the crucifixion of Venus.
Okay.
Right? The 12 disciples is supposed to be the 12 daughters of Isis.
What?
This is the usurpation of the sacerdotal seat of the planet Earth. To usurp the divine feminine and oppress them in order for the masculine to be utilized as a tool of conquest for an enemy agent. The whole Catholic Church, that's why he had Big Mama's seat was suspended over his head. Remember, he said, on this rock I shall build my temple, right? Mm-hmm. And who was he talking about?
Peter.
And Peter mean what? Father.
Rock? It means what?
Father.
Father? Oh.
Peter is pater, and pater means father.
Wow. Okay.
Right? And all the priests is called what?
Father.
And who is the great father? The Pope, right?
Yes.
But he can't sit on the throne. He got to sit under it. Who sits under the throne? The usurper. What do usurpers do? They go under something to take over by upping it at the roots. So the Pope sits under Big Mama's seat. And Jacob and Esau was actually in the womb. Jacob grabbed Esau by the heel. Why did he grab him by the heel, according to the story?
He was usurping his place.
He was trying to steal his birthright.
Right.
Okay, what happened when they got to be adults? Esau went off to go hunting, and Jacob and his mama conspired to give Esau's birthright to Jacob. What do Jacob's name mean? How do you say Jacob in Arabic or Hebrew? It's Yaakov.
Yaakov.
Yeah, Yaakov is Yaqub in the story that Elijah Muhammad tells you. You got to remember, in the Yaqub story, Yaqub left niggas in charge. He didn't need paleface in charge because they hadn't came about yet. So the scientists, they call him, that he left in charge, had to make them rule over a genetically superior being. But why was they doing all of this? In the Anunnaki tablets, it said that they made a mistake in the laboratory in the production of the Lulu Amalu.
Okay.
Lulu Amalu mean the slave workers. So they asked the gods, the pantheon, Enki, Enlil, Nine, well, what are we going to do about the problem? The only person came up with an answer is give him a drop of Anunnaki blood. They ridiculed him, told him he was crazy. They weren't never going to do it until the Galactic Council came in to stop the Anunnaki wars that was taking place on Earth. The war in heaven landed on Earth. Mm-hmm. This is why they keep telling us a fallen angel story. Mm-hmm. Right? So if the angel that fell came to Earth, where did he fall from?
Yeah.
He an extraterrestrial. He an alien. He all that. Mm. He a foreigner. Right? When you go back, watch the movie The Great Wall with Tom Cruise, it's an exaggerated form of the beings that came. The side effect is when you kill them, every time you kill them, they come back looking more human. Mm. Mm. And when they finally get back, this is called the Great Transformation of the vampires.
Okay.
And these vampires is known in occult circles as the archons. It was 300 of them.
Okay.
Remember? It was 300.
Okay.
When you go back and say, okay, you kill 300 of them, they come back 300 strong, but they don't look the same. Mm. When they come back and they get killed, because they still come here and they still get killed here. If they get killed here, they look like a reptilian. If somebody kill them when they come back, they come through a human with ichthyosis. Hmm. But the human come from the bloodline of the reptiles. Wow. The draconians is what they call. Hmm. But people get pieces of the information, and our natural inclination as extremists, we run overboard with one piece, and we can't put the puzzle together like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But it's all in our face. I'm just assembling it because I have this Rain Man-like ability to put puzzles together because my mama programmed me as a baby to put puzzles together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. So now I just automatically start using, when I read this book, The Holographic Memory, mm-hmm. and I started trying to think as a hologram, it just changed everything. It started putting stuff together. Mm-hmm. Like I was able to see that the flyer that the abolitionists put out about the slave ship was actually the blueprint to Notre Dame University. And then I went and did the overlay to investigate, and it was a perfect fit. Mm. Wow. It was the whole university. That means that the slave narrative that was given to us was created in Notre Dame University as part of academia. It was only an intellectual discussion that had nothing to do with any other people that they're giving this story to. Mm. This is the conceal a war narrative. The war narrative is called the white man's burden. Okay. But remember, the white man ain't white. Mm. Right? So they look like us, but they ain't us. Okay. They are the attackers on the chessboard, the conquistadors. Mm. Wow. The tutors conquering royal families of the order of the Amun priests, using the Babylonian ritual rites of Ninursin to subjugate the people with Babylonian blood magic, Babylonian money magic, Babylonian sex magic that was taken to them after they was liberated from their captivity in Babylon. They became Babylonian high priests in that captivity. Oh, wow. They took the Talmud and the Mishnah and some scrolls that they don't release to the public called the Holy Sephirah. Mm. Some of it has been released over the years, but all of this take us back to the Babylonian magic system. Excuse me. Yes, sir. Once you find out what they're using, we got built-in defenses for that. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, Chief, we're coming up on 2 hours, and I can keep you all night, but I know you have a life to live. That's okay. I appreciate it. That's 2 hours is enough. They give them, entertainment.
I really appreciate
edutainment.
educate. I appreciate everything you shared with us. And I want to say to the family, if you have learned anything or you appreciated the edutainment, then please bless our brother, the chief, who's doing a great work. And we didn't even get to the work behind the scenes that he's doing, making sure that these people who are empowered stay in their place. But we can have him back another time to talk about that. Please support Chief by sending him a Cash App. It's the only way that we can give him a financial blessing. And his Cash App is $SikApe. That's capital SIK, capital APE. Please, family, I believe in supporting people who bless us and enrich our lives. So having said that, Chief, I love you so much. Before I ask you for closing words, where can people find you if they want to support your work?
I post regularly on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And those are my primary two. Rod Hayes on Facebook, and the SikApe, same as my Cash App, with the in front of it though, on Instagram.
Okay, let me pull you up on and then while I'm pulling you up on Facebook, and then I'll get to your Insta. You said the SikApe.
If they don't use the proper style and title on what's known as the charging instrument, it's not the agency they professing to be from. They're frauds.
Oh, okay.
So the corporation has a different style and title from the Republic.
Okay.
Right. And Michigan used to have it in their constitution exactly how the style and title of it's supposed to be written. And I found that none of the documents I had was written like that.
Wow. Okay.
All my court documents. So that's when I found out that the judges are not Article 3 certified. They are what they call adjunct judges with partial jurisdiction.
Adjunct. Okay.
Right. And they the ones were saying it. I didn't say it. I just was reading it in their law books, and I didn't understand what it meant at first. But when I started looking at, they all carry titles of nobility. Constitution, Article 1 say you don't do that. It said twice. The federal government can't issue titles of nobility, and the state can't issue titles of nobility. Right? We have a natural inclination to use royal titles when we start waking up. So by prohibiting it, it's preventing us from identifying who he is to others, waking them up. So this was part of the Conjure War. You can't go in there and know who you is as the chief. We didn't use terms like chief and king. They gave us those terms.
Okay.
We had tribal designated, the leaders of different tribes is called by a different name. They don't, all tribes don't call their leaders chief. That's a European adaptation to the rank in the tribe of a family elder.
Wow.
Right. And they derive kingship. King is the head of a family in European royalty. So they prohibit them from using titles of nobility, and this is going to have a powerful side effect. It's going to expose anybody that's working for a foreign agency. If you work for the Crown of England, you have to be knighted. And if you're knighted, they're going to issue you a title by letters patent. Right? A title by letters patent gives you royal clearance to do things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to do among regular people. Right? In other words, it's a license to not be held accountable for the law because you're enforcing it.
Okay.
All attorneys are esquires. Judges are magistrate, honorable, and that's it. Those are titles of nobility. For the barristers is a branch of the European hierarchy of royal family.
Okay.
The lords, the House of Lords, those are the land governors. Right? The barristers and the lords shift everything to the bankers for accounting and bookkeeping of wealth. They systematically track wealth. That's the banker's job. They are functional and fluent in the tracking of the wealth of the people that they represent. The bank will never go broke, but you will run out of money trying to break them. You can withdraw $100 trillion out the bank, and it don't affect the bank if you burn it all up. It's insured. FDIC. Yeah. That was part of the takeover. Right? And so when you see them talking about these different style and title, these are identifiers, so you can see clearly who the enemy is.
Oh, wow.
So where did the bar first begin? And when you read the mission statement of the first bar, then you know the function that the barristers have that was allocated to them by the lords. Right? And all of it had to be sanctioned by the king. So King George issued in 1863 the first charter in Savannah, Georgia. And he told them to take good accounting as they seize everything from us. And use whatever means they could to wrestle the land from our hands. It's in there. So they've been using the judicial system, and you find out more about the fraud of the prison system when a good starting book is called The Selling, CELLING of America, where they turned it into a business. It's all about the money. It's all business. And it's, to them, it's strictly business. It's nothing personal. But to us, it's personal because they violate our business.
Right.
And us. Yeah. But when people go to my posts, that's what they see. They see those type of receipts where it's being explained, when showing you where to look. This is where it's at. They can't hide it no more. And then on Facebook, people be sharing it with me. I share it right to my page. So if you scroll down my page for a year on Facebook and don't get an education, I don't know what to tell you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being a great teacher. We appreciate that. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm not a teacher, I'm a tutor.
Tutor, okay.
I'm just helping you out with your homework.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, the teacher left me in charge of the class while he stepped out for a minute to ADX.
Well, you're doing a fine job. You're doing an excellent job. Thank you so much.
Well, I can pretend pretty good.
Family, this was Chief Pontiac, also known as Rod Hayes. You can find him on Facebook at Rod Hayes and on Instagram at the SikApe. And you can also send him a love offering or a blessing to his Cash App at $SikApe. That's $SikAPE. $capital SIK, capital APE. And that's it, family. We appreciate your time. We appreciate you being here with us. We appreciate you, Chief. God bless you and have a smile on you. Send our love to your family, your companion, your children. We thank you so much for being here. And family, we trust we said something to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Good night and sleep well.
Back, my brothers. Welcome back.
All right. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Peace, Brother Rick. Peace to the brothers on the panel. I'm happy to see y'all. My big brother Billy, my big little brother.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. We in year so-called 2024 on so-called planet Earth. I don't know what I've done heard so many names, but I want to say it's a pleasure sharing this stage with y'all, raising the consciousness of humanity with y'all, and it's a pleasure just having this role, man. This shit is fun. We obviously are all passionate about it. That's what makes us who we are. The people could feel it and see it in us. And let's just do this thing till we can't do it no more, man. We know we immortal. After this thing is over, we go on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Let's have fun while we down here, y'all. Let's enjoy this. Thank you, y'all. To all of y'all. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. No
Hey,
problem.
Fidel,